So a lot's been going around about LeBron James' comments yesterday about Steph Curry winning unanimous MVP. And LeBron James, just paraphrasing what he said, he basically said there's a difference between the most valuable player and the MVP award, which is actually true. And I want to talk about how white media hates LeBron James. And let me explain something to you about white media. When you have fuck white people money, they gonna hate you. And you can go on down the line, but let's just strictly talk about current black athletes: Tiger Woods, Floyd Mayweather, and LeBron James. These people have fuck you white money. And when you have fuck you white money, when you're not dependent upon media to propel your propel your brand, when you vehemently don't need, especially in the social media world. If you have Instagram, you become your own media outlet. And Floyd Mayweather fully understands this just by me spending time with him. He knows that his media outlets, the media outlets that he owns, perpetuates the news, like the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather match. He said he put that out. But getting back to LeBron James, you have to. It dates all the way back to when he left Cleveland, and it's amazing how he got more ridicule for leaving Cleveland and raising anywhere between $3 and $5 million for the Boys and Girls Club than Dan Gilbert basically saying, in a nutshell, you're a nigga, I hate you, and I don't want you back, and I'm going to do it better without you. That's basically what his letter said. I'm in a nutshell. And you just have to fully understand where it comes from. And I can't understand why the media hates LeBron James. He's been great for the NBA, never been arrested, stays out of issues outside of basketball in terms of crime, criminal activity, has been a leader. They want to find a way. Like, for example, they say they can't win a championship because he's coaching more than Tyronn Lue. Man, give me a break. I'm not sure if you ever been to a Laker game, but Kobe Bryant has been able to do whatever he wants since the Phil Jackson days. He takes himself out when he wants to take him outside, and he puts himself back in when he wants to go back in the game. And I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen it with Mike D'Antoni. I've seen it with Mike Brown. I've seen it with Phil Jackson. And so you need to fully understand where this is stemming from. It's not because he has an issue with Steph Curry. And let's be clear, as long as LeBron James is in the NBA, you cannot be a unanimous MVP. Let's just be point blank, period. LeBron James is a freak of nature. And you know how you know when an athlete's a freak of nature? When you put him in football, he would have been an all-pro tight end. If you put him in volleyball, he would have been I don't know what the all-time best front line type player. If you put him as a swimmer, I have no doubt in mind with his length and his power, he would have been a great swimmer. If you put him in rugby, if you put him in lacrosse, he would have been the best player all time in lacrosse. I mean, if you compare his skill set to Jim Brown. So, man, but we need to fully get on board with supporting our black athletes. And I can understand if they're knuckleheads and do bullshit and, assault, commit crimes. But outside of that, LeBron James has been a stellar athlete. And what I want to talk about more is what he's done for the downtown. He has helped more white people by going back to Cleveland than probably any other white man outside of Dan Gilbert in terms of actually investing the money in in that downtown region of Cleveland. Because when he left, they won 21 games, 25 games, or something like that. And now that he's back, they're winning 55, 57. And the only reason why they're not winning 60 games is because the East is so down, they don't have to compete as hard. So LeBron James fully understands who we are and what he does. But getting back to the downtown region was suffering. People were bordering up their stores trying to sell it. And he instantly doubles your value in terms of potential growth and in terms of actual in terms of what you are currently worth. Because downtown area of Cleveland is currently booming. They tried to hand over the keys to Johnny Manziel. That failed. They tried to hand over the keys to Brad Hoyer. That failed. So let's just take into account how valuable LeBron James truly is. He single-handedly raised the value of every business and every landowner in the downtown region of Cleveland, period. And for that reason, he is the most valuable person in the NBA, period. Because if you take, let's be clear, if you take Steph Curry off of the Golden State Warriors, they won a playoff game without Steph Curry. They probably would have beat Portland. I think they would have beat Portland in a 7-game series, but you can't take that risk. I think Klay Thompson and Draymond Green would not have let them lose. But if you take LeBron James off of the Cleveland Cavaliers, you get a bottom dweller. And you got Kyrie Irving and you got Kevin Love on that team. But still, LeBron James is by far the most valuable person in the NBA just because of what he's done to the downtown region of Cleveland in terms of tax dollars and raising tax revenue. There's no player in the NBA, and I mean this, there's no player in the NBA that creates more tax revenue than LeBron James. And you can sit and think about it. You can rewind. You can call me. I hear on comments you nigga lover. But these are just logical and in my head factual statements. LeBron James is the most valuable person in the NBA, and the media tries to ridicule him. And it's time for, I write for black media and I cover black athletes. It's time for us to say, you know what? Enough is enough. LeBron James has been stellar. Never been arrested to my knowledge. He's never abused his woman. In the summertime when he's not playing in NBA, you can see him and Dwayne Wade, because I guess they're best friends, and I think their kids play on the same travel team, jumping up and down, high-fiving, supporting their kids play AAU basketball. Those are the highlights you see from LeBron James in the summertime. You don't see him with his mistresses. You don't see him with some Instagram thought. You don't see him abusing his money. He may do these things. I don't know, but it's not done in a public light. And for that, he needs to be recognized. And for that, I salute LeBron James, because in addition to, he is tit for tat. It depends on what you want. I can see people saying Steph Curry is the best player in the NBA, and I can also see LeBron James is the best player in the NBA. But there's no way on God's green earth Kawhi Leonard is better than LeBron James. And that's just media. If you look at Exhibit A being LeBron James, Exhibit B being Kawhi Leonard, there's no comparison. There's flat out no comparison. LeBron James is a shit. And we have never seen anything like him. And he gets slack for being a wholeheartedly good person. I've had the chance to see LeBron James work out at USC. He's a wholeheartedly good person. But you cannot say nothing negative about LeBron James on a basketball court until you have seen him physically. Until you have physically seen his shoulders. He is a freak of nature. He can do everything on the court. He's been doing everything on the court since I saw him play with or against Carmelo Anthony in the Magic Johnson Midnight Summer Classic that they used to have out here in Los Angeles. LeBron James is a freak of nature, and he's a freak of nature off the court because he puts up he raises Magic Johnson tax dollars. What Magic Johnson did for Los Angeles is astonishing. What LeBron James is doing for Cleveland is astonishing. So it's something being said about an athlete who adopts a city, being Magic Johnson, or a person who is from that city and does what he does. If you need a comparison to how great LeBron James is off the court, look at what Derrick Rose is not doing for the city of Chicago, and look at what LeBron James is doing for the city of Cleveland. Does that answer your question? I think that alone validates what I'm saying about LeBron James. So I want you guys to tweet this, Instagram this, because LeBron James needs to be recognized. He's going through the rut right now. I'll be covering the NBA Finals if Cleveland plays Golden State. So I'll be up in not Golden State. I'll be up in Oakland for Game 1 and Game 2. So um, that's going to be an exciting time. So barbershop conversations. I truly appreciate you guys' support, and I salute LeBron James. He's not my favorite player. I've rooted against him more than a couple of times, but he deserves credit for what he's done off the court. And he is definitely the most valuable person in the NBA that wears a jersey. I don't know about general managers and coaches and NBA personnel, but he is the most valuable person that wears a jersey in the NBA. Barbershop conversations. I'm out. Peace.